Yo! What's up, everybody? Welcome to the KillJoy Jake YouTube channel. You caught me by surprise while I was taking a sip of my coffee. Oh, man. I just have the timer just ready to go off at a random time, so it surprises me. I love it. What's up, fellas? How we doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's time to talk a little horror. It's Monday. It starts to another great week of horror. I usually do a week like a roundup video of a bunch of other news stories that I thought were exciting, but I didn't get to from the past week. And I had a lot of things I wanted to talk about, but that Final Destination trailer, so many thoughts were bouncing around this brain of mine. I had to just get that video out today. So hopefully, excuse me, hopefully there's some things that we can get into during this stream. That'll be a lot of fun because there's a lot of stuff. So much has happened. I mean, just today, there's been some crazy updates, and I'm like, I can't get to all this. I wish I had more time to talk about all these exciting updates, but unfortunately, it's just crazy out here. There's also two movies that I want to get reviews out still for, which I don't know when I'm going to have time to do that, but I finally saw Companion. Friggin' fantastic. Loved it. Had a really good time with that movie, and I'm watching Dark Match tonight right after this, which is another new movie that's over on Shudder. Has Chris Jericho in it, a bunch of other folks. A lot of the Terrifier people told me to check this one out. Looks like a lot of fun. Really want to get to that sometime soon. But, oh my god, I can't keep up with all this. I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot to be excited about in the world of horror at the moment. We also have a Scream 7 update to get into. So, lots of stuff tonight, for sure. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, I'm streaming live on Kick and YouTube, so hello to everybody, no matter which platform you're checking this out on. Tatted Ginger over on Kick is saying, hello, Poop Man. Guess what I'm waiting on? What are you waiting on? Because if you got our favorite food together, you done did get our new favorite food without me. I can't believe it. Girlfriend got a Romeo's calzone without me. The calzones betrayed me. What's that a quote from, ladies and gentlemen? Bonus points if you can figure it out. Alexa Sekulik is saying the M3GAN 2.0 teaser looks great. Hell yeah. You know, it's M3GAN dancing again. I think what's really funny is with M3GAN teaser stuff, I don't trust it. I learned not to trust M3GAN advertising, especially after the first one. I was not crazy about the advertisements. I thought it looked like trash. I'm like, this does not look like a good movie at all. It ended up being one of my favorite horror films of 2023. I really enjoyed M3GAN. I thought it was hilarious. One of the better horror comedies I've seen, honestly. Might be a hot take. It's a really well-made thriller, man. It's a lot of fun. It's really goofy and over the top, but the commentary's sharp. The characters are great. I can't wait to see the sequel. It sounds like this one's going to be even more ridiculous than the previous one, but that's always been a factor here. So we'll see. We'll see what it's all about. But I am very excited for M3GAN 2. It looks like it's going to be fun. A very good summer release for sure. We always have some fun horror movies to talk about over the summer. This is definitely one of the ones I'm looking forward to the most. Madison tells me just to get good. Brutal. Brutal. I want a calzone so bad. Oh, that sounds good. Jake, wish they had done something else. You don't want Scream 5 2.0. Makes no sense. It's a cash grab at this point. We don't even need them if they aren't the leads. Brutal. Brutal out here. I'm certainly frustrated with Scream 7. I think there was a little hope, with some of the new casts getting announced. There was some things that I was liking. Some announcements that I enjoyed, but now I'm just like I just feel like they're cashing in, they're getting butts in seats, and here's the other thing too. A lot of people like to put words in my mouth, which I'm not really crazy about. I have never one time said that Scream 7 is not going to make money. Let me tell you, I see a lot of people online saying KillJoy Jake thinks that Scream 7 is gonna be a box office failure. No, no, I don't think anyone in their right mind is worried about that. Scream 7 is going to make more. I'm actually gonna say it right now. Scream 7 is going to make more money than the last two. I'm convinced. It makes more than Scream 6. I'm telling you that right now. And why? It's because Matthew Lillard's in it, dude. I knew the moment. I'm like, if they announce that Matthew Lillard is back as Stu, this movie's going to make money. I will tell you that right now. But at the end of the day, is it going to make for a great rewatchable film? Well, that's yet to be determined. But if they just bring these characters back for nostalgia, if they're just making Scream 5 2.0, which is kind of just Scream 4 3.0, I guess, right? Then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if that's going to be a great movie or not, but I'm staying open-minded. You know, that first trailer is going to tell us a lot about this film, despite a lot of the very weird updates we've gotten in the last 2 years. I called it the most tumultuous thing I've ever covered on this page, and I mean that. So I don't know. We'll have to see what Scream 7 ends up being, but God, I hope there's some sort of salvation for this one, man. It's looking rough out here, and it's going to take a lot more than just nostalgic callbacks to get me invested again. Cat Bread is saying, just imagine a Michael versus Laurie style fight scene between Sydney and Stu. Probably very unlikely to happen, but it sounded cool in my head. Hey, it sounded cool in your head, right? There you go. I still feel like we haven't gotten a great fight between Laurie and Michael, too, man. I mean, Halloween Ends. What was going on with that? Brutal out here. Paula Fitzhenry, hi, hello. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Appreciate all my members for hanging out with us tonight. Villain, Killin' Dylan, that Final Destination 6 trailer rocked. I liked it more than I probably should have. I'm going to be honest. I really enjoyed it quite a bit. And did you see Not Like Us won 5 Grammys? Yes, that's really funny. No, but seriously, that trailer that came out today, I don't think I was expecting that movie to look as good as it did. I remember when the cast list got announced, and it's just kind of like a lot of no names, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, a bunch of great horror movies come out every single year with a lot of like underground actors, and that's great and all. But you know, with Final Destination, this is a storied franchise at this point. You know, I mean, this is a series that used to have Devon Sawa as a lead, Mary Elizabeth Winstead in the third entry. You know, there's a lot of big stars that have come through this series. So to kind of see like not a whole lot of people that were not a whole lot of recognizable names. I think the only one I recognized from the cast was like is his name Junior Wheeler from the Chucky TV series? That's the only person I recognize. I'm like, I don't know any of these other folks. And of course, now we have Tony Todd, part of the cast officially, which is exciting. Rest in peace, of course. But you know, for the longest time, we didn't know that. So when that first cast list came out, I was like, what is going on, dog? What's happening here? It's crazy. But no, my faith is restored. Especially after seeing another actor I'm familiar with in today's trailer. I don't know. Personally, I think Final Destination 6, it could be a lot of fun. I hope it brings back this franchise. I'd love for this series to get a trilogy because this is a series that's got a really fun formula to it. I just hope they're able to find something fresh with it. You know, not just doing the same thing over and over again and trying to connect every film that came before it together. Oh, man. That rumor's really killing my vibe with this one, but it is just a rumor. It's just a rumor for now. But we'll see. Mr. Rick, thank you for being here. Thanks for being a member. Hi, all. I have a theory for Scream 7. I think Dewey was hiding Stu somehow because he died, Stu was able to escape. That's the only thing that makes sense for him to come back all of a sudden. Why would Dewey hide Stu, though? He's a cop. I'd be like, no, you're going down. You're going downtown, Buster. You try to kill all my friends. Brutal. That's, you know, I saw someone say earlier, I'm just waiting for the David Arquette announcement. I wouldn't be shocked at this point. I wouldn't be shocked if he's back. And Blackmore Studios, I'm doing a video on this tomorrow. I really hope they cast Lynn McCree as Maureen for Scream 7. She is such a nice person. I loved meeting her at cons, and doing a live stream with her was awesome. That's sick, dude. Nice. You got to talk with her and everything. Sweet. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do a big video on that tomorrow if I have time for it, because that's a rumor circulating right now, is that both her and Skeet Ulrich are going to be announced to be a part of the cast soon. And, you know, if that does end up happening, I think we know exactly what all these, you know, dead Ghostface actors, what they're being utilized for in the new film. So I kind of want to pitch a more detailed oriented version of that theory that I posed in my last video, kind of talking a little bit about how the opening kill could show us Maureen Prescott's death, but with a twist. You know, there's something else about it that we didn't know. And I think I just figured out what that thing could be. I think I was going through the details of like everything we know about Maureen's death, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, there's actually something here I feel like I could hit on. But I'm going to save that for the video tomorrow because, you know, I don't want to just spell it all out. That's no fun. But I had a thought today, so I'm gonna make a video about it tomorrow. And Infinite Sky, great question here. I'm gonna be real. We we went to go see Companion. I loved it. Really, really fun movie. And I did not have it in me to do a review. The last week kicked my ass. I think that's the most I've worked in a very long time, and I'm still not recovered from it. I'm halfway considering canceling my stream tomorrow because I'm just like I need a little actual R&R. I did work all weekend again. I said I wasn't going to do that, but I ended up just getting busy with a bunch of stuff. put out a big Scream video, and went to go see Companion super early Sunday. And when we got home, I just couldn't do it. I just didn't have it in me to make another one. But I do want to talk about this film soon if I can, and that dark match, man. I'm really excited to get into that too. Still haven't seen it yet, haven't had time, but I'm going to check it out after the stream for sure. Jason Dyer, thank you for the 5, my friend. Appreciate you for being for supporting the page here. Saying been locked in a basement for over a week. What? Any Scream updates? A few things, I guess. Nothing too crazy, right? Love the channel. Alligator rules. Also, is Friday the 13th officially dead forever? Ugh. I don't know, dude. Man, that's such a, Friday the 13th, that's a series that should come back right now. Now is the time for a really good Friday the 13th movie, I think. Slashers are back in full force. We got Hard Eyes coming out this week, ladies and gentlemen. It's February, we're ready to go, ready to get into some Valentine's horror. I'm really excited for you guys to see that one. It's a ton of fun. But man, I would love a new Friday the 13th. Again, because slashers are big, I feel like Jason and Freddy need to come back to the big screen, dude. We need a new, I think we need at least one more Friday the 13th, at least one more Nightmare on Elm Street, and then I would love a Freddy versus Jason too. Nothing would make me a happier slasher fan than to see those icons come back for one more get together, That would be a ton of fun, man. Ugh, I wish. But yeah, there's been a few Scream updates, I guess. I guess. I already forgot, Ethan Embry, I believe, is actually the latest update. He has joined the cast, and Ethan is one of my all-time favorite movies, which I did not know this until doing some research on him today. That Thing You Do from 1996. I completely forgot about this movie, and I was just reading about the guy, and I'm like, oh my god, he's the guy that goes to war at the end of the movie. That's crazy. But one of my all-time favorite movies, something that isn't horror, is this film called That Thing You Do. If you guys have never seen it before, one of the guys from that film just joined the cast of Scream 7, and it is so good. It is about a band in the 60s that has a hit. They get a hit song on the radio, and it's a simple movie, but it's so well executed, so great, so many great performances. Tom Hanks is in it. It rocks. But I love seeing him part of the cast. Anytime you see an actor from one of your favorite things join the cast of something else you're excited for, that's pretty exciting. So pretty cool to see him in there. I could totally see him being a Ghostface, but he did get announced pretty late, so it makes me think maybe he has just a smaller role. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm just basing this off of updates we got from Scream 6. If you guys remember, Henry Czerny was announced late in the game, and he only had a scene or two in Scream 6. He didn't really. I think there was a little bit of speculation that he could have been Ghostface because he's the bad guy in Ready or Not, also a Radio Silence property. But I don't. No, that wasn't the case in Scream 6. He barely had anything to do. Pretty forgettable character, unfortunately. But Jason, thank you for the 5, my friend. And one more thing to go off of with this: Alligator is so good. It doesn't just rule. It's one of the best B movies ever made. Jason, come on now. Thank you for the 5, my friend. Appreciate you. Oh, that movie's so good. Steph is saying, I'm so excited for Hard Eyes, but sadly the movie got spoiled for me. But still, I'm watching it in theaters. What I'll say, Steph, is I guessed the twist 20 minutes in. That's probably the weakest thing about it. But what I will say is everything else about the film I really loved. Honestly, it didn't need a twist. It's a film where I'm like, that should have just been a straight up slasher. That was a really fun slasher movie. Just keep it at that. Keep things simple. I feel like they overcomplicated it by having a murder mystery style twist in there. Your boy loves them as mysteries. Your boy loves them some Scream, but not every movie needs to be that. And I think that's the biggest thing about Hard Eyes that I just wasn't crazy about. Besides that, though, it's got a lot going for it. Some great performances, some extremely bloody and over-the-top kills, and some nice little emotional character moments that I actually really liked. So some good stuff in there for sure. Josh Petrino's with us tonight. What's up, man? How's it going? Welcome in. I was just thinking about you because we had an update on Screamboat last week. We got another shot of David in the movie, which is hilarious. But I sure do. I am loving the stills from this movie. They crack me up every time I see him. He looks so goofy in that mouse costume. Goddamn. But Josh worked on the film a little bit. He was telling us on a stream a little while ago. But Josh, thanks for hanging out with us, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for all the hard work that you do to make these horror movies look so good. What else is going on here? We got Jonathan Marino saying, "Did you hear the rumor about the original actress who's playing Sydney's mom being added to the cast as well?" Yes. Side note: Fantastic Four trailer Tuesday, Jurassic Park trailer Wednesday. I forgot about that. Yeah, the Jurassic Park trailer's coming out this week too. Jonathan, I'm kind of thinking about covering both of these trailers. I kind of just don't care anymore. I've always boxed myself in and said, "Ooh, that's not horror enough." I don't think I can cover that. But I've been getting like some pretty good views on my trailer videos. Like my Final Destination video today is doing better than the Scream updates. So I'm kind of like, man, do I just cover Fantastic Four? This is an MCU movie I'm actually excited for. I almost kind of want to cover it. I'm about to say fuck it and just do it. Same thing with Jurassic World. I was not crazy about the last two Jurassic World films. This one seems to be a major shakeup, which I think is something that franchise desperately needs. And I'm honestly excited for both of these films, warts and all. So I don't know. Jonathan, I'm kind of thinking about it. I am thinking about doing a little Scream thing too, talking about that, because that Lynn McCree rumor is really interesting to me. So I don't know. I'm on the fence on what to cover as of right now, but I'm definitely leaning towards just talking about these trailers, man. But we'll see. We'll see for sure. Lots to talk about. Like I said, so much to talk about lately. A lot of exciting Scream news and just movie news in general. Dean Renner, thank you for being a member. What's up? What's up? So much. I don't even know if we're going to be able to cover it all tonight. It's crazy. Ethan Hembry has joined the cast. Yes. Love him in That Thing You Do. So good. So good. Splattercast is with us saying, yo. What's up, guys? Dylan and Luke joining us. Congratulations on 30,000 subscribers too, guys. Oh my God, that's so fucking cool. Y'all are just killing it with those list videos. They're so good. They're so much fun. I'm getting so many fun recommendations from you guys, man. My watch list, I swear to, I could take a month off and I wouldn't have enough time to get through all the movies you guys have recommended to me. Very good stuff over there for sure. Got to get into some of that, man. But congrats, guys. Y'all are killing it. Everyone's shooting up to 100K. You're going to get there very soon. So very proud of you guys. Very, very proud of those fellas over at Splattercast. Justin Proper, thanks for the 5, man. Do you believe in the AI theory as the reason for Stu and Roman coming back? How many killers would you expect? Is one of them Principal Hembry? Oh my God. Do I believe in the AI theory as the reason for Stu and Roman coming back? I'm on the fence. Here's the thing. I like this theory the best, but I don't think that's why they're coming back. I'm actually, again, I'm kind of going, I'm not someone, oh man, we're getting into some territory with this conversation here. I am not someone who puts my personal beliefs first when it comes to things that I think are going to happen, because rarely is that actually the truth. You find out things that are actually facts and things that are actually going on, and you realize, hey, maybe my personal biases don't make any fucking sense, and that's okay. That's completely okay, ladies and gentlemen. Let me say that one more time. That's okay. Anyways, I would like this better. I would like the idea of Stu, Roman, Skeet, all the other Ghostface killers to come back and have some sort of like voice modulation, maybe from our new killers. That's a lot of fun to me. I'm so into something like that. But honestly, what I think is really happening here is I think we're going to see an opening scene focusing on Maureen Prescott's death. Now, what could they add there? I have an idea of something. Is it that Principal Hembry was involved? No. But I personally, I like the AI thing the best because it's commentary on that. And that obviously that is a danger to a lot of filmmakers right now. Big thing that a lot of people are freaked out about. My dad and I just had an hour-long conversation about it, interestingly enough. But I genuinely think, Justin, that we're probably going to show Maureen's death, because Skeet Ulrich is rumored. Lynn McCree is also rumored to be coming back, and most times I'd be like, oh, guys, rumors, we can't trust them, whatever. This I kind of believe. I'm hearing it from multiple third-party sources, not just one either. It's not just some random Twitter account saying it. It's multiple sources that have been right about stuff before in the past. And honestly, I think there's something to it this time. Skeet was in the last two movies too. I wouldn't be shocked if he's already filming something. Maybe this opening scene where we actually get to see Maureen's death. And again, I hope that if we do go back to that and show it's not just fan service, because that could be what it is. Again, likely it's probably just, hey, let's just show that kill because it's something we've actually never seen before on screen. We don't need to show that. And hopefully it's not just to make the fans happy. It actually does push the plot of this new movie forward, but that's yet to be seen. I hope that you're right, Justin. Personally, I hope that it's the AI thing, that it's a voice modulator that's making our new ghost faces sound like Stu, Roman, Billy, all the other ghost faces. That would be sick, but I don't know if that's actually going to be the case. I don't know if they thought about it that much. But how many killers would you expect? I really hope we're going back to just 2. I think we're overcomplicating things doing more than 2. Because when you think about it, the killer being two characters. The idea there is to make you, in the original at least, there was the idea of you're looking for one person, it's actually 2. This killer has an accomplice for whatever reason. And I think it worked really well in the original Scream. I don't know if it works in every other sequel. I actually there's a weird part of me that kind of wants just one ghost face. Like, just keep it simple, Like, maybe the expected is the unexpected at this point in Scream, right? Which is maybe a weird thing to say, but if you just have one killer at this point, that might just be shocking. Scream 3 has one killer, sure, but we're always talking about how Angelina Tyler was supposed to be a killer alongside Roman, which I believe is something that was confirmed, but just the studio didn't like it or whatever. So I would actually love to see like a focused Scream movie with just one killer. I think that would be a lot of fun. And of course, again, I know every time I bring this up, everyone's like, well, but Jake, Roman was a single killer in the original. And yeah, okay, you're right. But again, I think if we do it here and now, no one's going to expect it, especially after a film where there was 3 killers, which again, hadn't been done before, but did it really aid Scream 6? I don't know. Big questions. Big questions there. Justin, thank you for the 5. Justice for Principal Hembry. Justice for him. Ethan Embry is great in Cheap Thrills. I've never seen that one. That also came up when I was looking at his some of the movies he's been in. I think I've only ever seen. Now I'm gonna have to look him up. Now I'm gonna have to actually look through his whole thing again. I just remember seeing That Thing You Do, and being so excited. Yeah, he's in Vegas Vacation too, which. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that. I need to see Cheap Thrills because I've heard good things about that, and Empire Records. I've also never seen that one. Heard good things about it before. He's also a part of that cast. So a lot of good movies, a lot of good 90s movies that I guess I just haven't seen. Cheap Thrills is from 2013, so scratch that about being from the 90s. I've never seen this before though, but wow, it's got a good cast. Wow. David Koechner, Sarah Paxton. I don't know who Pat Healy is, but some good people in here, man. Whew, man. Good people in that one. Okay, sick. Very nice, very nice. Gonna have to look for more of those for sure. What else is going on? We got Cody. Thanks for being a member, Cody. Hey, Jake Madison in chat. Hope all is well. If they don't play The Bitch Came Back by Theory of a Dead Man in M3GAN 2.0, then it will be a missed opportunity. It's a good song. Well, as we know, Cody, from the last M3GAN movie, needle drops are clearly a big thing in this franchise. Oh my God, when Gravity comes on in M3GAN, that's so fucking funny, dude. So I'm hoping for some more of that here. Listen, silliness is absolutely one of the biggest factors in M3GAN's corner. Hoping that they play into that, but hopefully not too much. We'll see. But I'm excited for it nonetheless. The Splattercast guys did not like Hard Eyes, by the way, which I think is really funny. I think I liked it a little more than you guys, but I still wasn't like, I don't know if I was like over the moon either. I enjoyed it though. I had a good time with it. It was fun for what it is. But Splattercast, I do appreciate you guys letting me join in on that. Ton of fun. And sorry I couldn't stay too long afterwards. I genuinely thought my car was getting towed. I was late to the premiere. I couldn't find parking, and I parked in the manager's spot of a Cozumel. So I made it happen. We made it. I walked, like literally, I'm running into the theater. And I pretty much sat down, said hi to Dylan and Luke, and the movie started. That's essentially what the night was. It was a lot of fun. But oh my God, it was chaotic. I thought my car was gonna be gone. I'm like, at least I can see the movie. At least I can get a review out for tomorrow. That's all that matters. But man, I've had some car trouble with the last 2 reviews I've made, which is crazy. I had a flat tire coming home from Presents, and then Hard Eyes, I almost got my car towed. So it's been we're fighting out here. We're fighting for some early reviews, but damn it, we're making it happen. Steven is with us tonight too, who must be the happiest lad on planet Earth right now with this Matthew Lillard news, saying, Jake, bro, we must stream together soon. I'll text you, keep killing it out there, and Stew Train, baby. Well, Craven, I'm aboard the Stew Train at this point. Let's go. I need my ticket redeemed, so that means we got to get on stream together. we got to make it happen for sure, man. I would love to talk to you soon, man. It's been far too long. Same with Night, and I had Fate on the page just last week, which was so exciting. So it's always nice talking with you guys. We got to get something going sometime soon for sure. So shoot me a text, my friend. Let's make it happen. This is I have some super chats I want to get to. Thank you guys for the support. But Infinite Sky, Hard Eyes versus Valentine, which is better? I'm on the fence about this. Valentine, better twist, like straight up, better, just a better twist in that one. But I think Heart Eyes as a movie, I think I just enjoyed a little more. I rewatched Valentine recently, and it's a little goofier and campier than I remembered. I'll be totally real. Heart Eyes genuinely has some excellent kills. Like, we're gonna be talking about those kills at the end of the year. I think it's one of those where I'm like, okay, pretty solid, pretty good stuff. But man, it's actually a good question, because I think both of these films are very, very similar. And they both have strengths that the other one does not. So that's a really good mashup. That would be a really good versus video, and hopefully I can make that this week if I have time. Josh Petrino is saying they really need to start advertising Screamboat as a slapstick horror flick. Dude, I mean, I don't think that would be such a bad thing to do. I just watched this movie called Hundreds of Beavers, which is pretty recent, which was excellent. It is a ridiculous, over-the-top slapstick movie that's just kind of in its own genre. I'm sure you've heard of it. Very, very popular little indie comedy. I loved it, man. But if it's something even remotely in the same vein as that, they should advertise it as such, let me tell you. But if it's silly and over the top like that, there's an audience for it. So we'll see. There's another Jurassic Park. Yes, but this one actually looks good. Justin, I might be speaking too soon, man, but we're seeing the trailer this Wednesday. But I have faith in it, man. It's got a great director, great cast, and a great writer, David Coep. So I don't know. I hope it's good. I love this franchise so much, but they haven't made a good movie in a while. Oh God, really hoping for it. Dead Man Rashawn, thanks for the buck, bro. Appreciate you. So much love. Appreciate you a bunch. Thank you. What else is going on here? We got Josh saying the new Jurassic World is supposed to be sick. Lots of stuff pulled from the original book by the original screenwriter, supposed to be horror-esque. I'm all about that. I'm all about that. I did read that article where they were talking a little bit about pulling a certain scene from the original novel that did not make it into the first movie. So that has me really excited. I really want to cover this trailer Wednesday. And I know it's horror adjacent at best, but man, this is one of my favorite franchises out there. I love it, warts and all, even the bad movies, even the movies I'm not crazy about, I still kind of like them. But man, there's a lot to be said about the Jurassic Park franchise, let me tell you. Okay, we got some crazy super chats I want to get to here. So let's kick this off with Stefano. Thank you for the support, my friend. Appreciate you for that. 5 memberships. That's crazy. Who's getting those bad boys? That's going to Justin Proper, Josh Petrino, Craven Something Scary, Cherokee Miller, and Buck Bucko. Wow. Welcome to the fold, everybody. Got some familiar names back on the list there. That's exciting. Stefano, thank you for your support, man. You're always coming in here and gifting memberships, and I really do appreciate you for that. So thank you. And you're a member yourself. You're just too kind. You're just too kind. So much love to you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Real quick, this is a new name here. Just wanted to say hi to this fella. What's up, Zigzag? What's up, Jake? The new Final Destination looks promising from the trailer they dropped. I know. I'm gonna be honest, like, I was worried about this one because I love this franchise. 5 movies that I personally really enjoy. And that's another series where I even like the bad ones, like the Final Destination. I still watch it all the time. It's ridiculous. But man, I love this series to death, and I just don't want there to be a blemish on it. You know, it's a really good series. Really hope that they can make another fun one here. It looks like they're doing that, and they're advertising it really well, in my opinion, so far. Really just showcasing one big sequence. That's the way to do it, baby. That's the way to build hype for a big movie like this. So I really hope they can keep that up with the marketing, and if the marketing is anything similar to the quality of the film itself, that means we should be getting something really fun this May. So Zigzag, I totally agree. I can't wait. I really can't wait to see this one. Definitely a shot up my list a little bit in terms of excitement. Jason Dyer throwing $20 out there. Dude, thank you for the support, dog. Saying 3 weeks ago, Fate. I am so glad it's a small cast and Stu's not in it. This week, Kevin Williamson. Guess what, Fate? LOL. Kevin Williamson announced this just to piss off Tyler from Fate, decided, for sure. Cast is the biggest ever, and Stu lives, baby. So happy for Craven with Stu. I've been meaning to talk to Craven for so long, and I'm so glad he's here tonight because when I saw that news, he was the first person I thought of. I'm like, he must be over the moon right now. He even said he gloated a little bit in our group chat. I have to say, was championing it and getting so excited and saying, "I told you, Fate, all these years of the put downs, I came out on top." So it's it's wonderful to see the excitement and the joy from the franchise. Does make me happy. My criticisms aside, of course, but I'll tell you what, I'm definitely excited to see what this does for the franchise. Because the one good thing, the one big positive about all this is that, if Scream 7 does bring in a big crowd, and it does have, a lot of people coming in, it might mean that we get a bunch of weird spin-off movies to the Scream franchise. And honestly, I think that's going to be the thing I'm excited for moving forward. They might turn like the main series into just a bunch of nostalgic callbacks, which you guys know my feelings on that. But we might be getting some weirder, offshoot movies where we actually get into some stories with substance. Did I say that out loud? Yeah, so I I don't know if that's the case, if there's just so much attention on screen that people want more and more and more of it, and we end up doing some weirder offshoot movies that actually get into some fresh stories and fresh ground, that could be a really positive thing for Scream, and that could be something that's again, something I'll want to put on my shelf. But we'll see. I think we'll see what ends up happening here, and I'm staying optimistic for the future of Scream because again, more eyes on a franchise could mean good things. Could mean good things. We'll just have to see though. But I'm really excited, Jason, to see whatever comes from this. And hey, who knows? We haven't seen what the movie looks like yet. They're still shooting it. Maybe it's fucking awesome and I just don't know it yet, Jason. But thank you for the 20, my friend. I'm so happy for Craven. I'm so happy for Craven more than anything, dude. Oh, that's awesome. Hyped up, man. Romello is also throwing 5 out there. Thank you for the support, my friend. Saying, I want 9 ghost faces. 9 of them. A plethora of ghost faces, great word. Bring on the stew train. Our mom and dads will be mad at us. Chugga, Jakey Bear. I love it. I love it. Well, I'm officially on the stew train. Because as a wise man once said, if you can't beat them, join them, Romello. So I'm accepting my ticket. I'm hopping aboard. There's a bunch of stuff coming around, like on the train to Hogwarts. They have like the cart with the frogs. They have that on the stew train too. It's pretty cool. I'm glad to be back, let me tell you. So Romello, thank you for the 5. I appreciate it so much. I'm glad you're excited for Scream 7, my friend. Nice. Very good stuff there. Oh my God. Can you rate Heart Eyes? I haven't been this actually, I'm kind of glad this came up. I'm not going to rate movies anymore. I'll do it on my Letterboxd because like whatever. But I don't know. I don't like rating movies anymore because I start to think about it too much. I start getting in my head about it, and I'm like, well, that's not, in comparison to this, I don't know if that would actually be like a 7 out of 10 or this or that, whatever. So I don't know. I don't do that in my review videos anymore. I just don't give it like a this out of 10. I also feel like people take it the wrong way. Like if I give something a 6 out of 10, people are like, oh, so you hated it. And I'm like, no, no, I didn't hate it. It's just not the most revolutionary thing ever. I think, when you have a rating scale for something, I think it just gets like way too complex, especially on something 1 to 10. So to me, I'm just not doing it anymore. Every movie is a whole different situation. How can you possibly put every single film in existence on one scale of 1 to 10? I just don't think it makes sense anymore. It's something I've come to the realization of recently. You probably noticed for the last 6 months I haven't done that. So I'm past rating movies. I'm just going to talk about the things I liked or disliked from them moving forward, I think. But it is a great question. I mean, if I had to give it a rating out of 10, like based on my old system, I'd probably give it like a 6 or a 7 out of 10 if I'm being totally real. But it's good. It's a good movie. I'm glad I went to the theaters and saw it. Is it, mind blowing? Like, is it is it the greatest thing I've ever seen? Dear God. No, I don't know if it's that, but I did like it a lot. And again, that opening scene goes so hard. Ooh, it's good. Really good opening scene. Zork the Dark One. All hail, Zork. Hello, Zork. How you doing? Update over the weekend. The studio making Scream 7 started following Emma Roberts on Instagram. What's up with that? Ho. Shit, that's exciting, Zork. Dude, I would love to see Jill in this. Again, if we're going to make the fuck you movie, if we're going to make this a Scream film that's just like whatever, we're just going to throw anything at the wall, get Emma Roberts back in there. I love Jill. She's awesome. I'm accepting I'm accepting the fact that we're just gonna do whatever with this movie, and I'm so down for I'm down for Jill. I love Jill. I love Stu. If we're all gonna just have him back, sure. Let's see it. Let's see what happens there. But I love Emma Roberts a lot. I think she's a great actress, and again, one of the best ghost faces. So if they're gonna bring everybody back, you better bring back the highlights, you know? That's what I say, Zork. So, dude, thank you for the 5. I appreciate that. Would love to see her be a voice of the voice modulator, you know, or something. But we'll see. We'll see what's up. Josh Petrino saying Jurassic Park is a horror movie. Fight me. Dude, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree, but unfortunately, every time I talk about the franchise, everyone says that. Everyone's like, dude, no, that's not a horror movie. It's not scary. I'm like, yes, it is. Yes, it is scary. A giant monster coming at you, biting you in half. That's awesome. I love it. So no, I'm so with you, Josh. I love that a lot. Can someone gift me a membership? I'm a day one fan, and it's my birthday tomorrow. Hybrid Gamer, if I actually wait, I can try. I can't directly give you one, but I'm gonna. You know what I am going to do though? I'm gonna gift memberships and see what happens. Maybe you'll get one. Maybe if I keep your name on screen long enough, it'll happen. All right, let's see what happens. Gifting 5 memberships. Psh, bam! Who are those going to? Come on. Seth Ferguson got one. Aim Punch got one. Queric V. Agent Provocateur? Agent Provocateur. And Brandon Finley all got one. Well, I'm so sorry, Hybrid Gamer. Maybe more people will give some memberships soon. Who knows? You never know. You never know what's going to happen. And honestly, that's the most fun part about these streams, my friend. But we'll try. Happy early birthday, though. I can do that for you. And thank you for being here since day one. Appreciate you for that. It's crazy. It's crazy how long it's been. It's been a good time. Tell you what. Okay, so let's check this out here. Villain Kill and Dylan, thank you for the 5. Saying Toxic Avenger reboot in theaters August 29th. That's Labor Day weekend, right? Dude, oh my God, that has me excited. I have been wanting to see this since 2023, since it got some crazy praise at whatever film festival it went to, and now we're finally getting it from Cineverse, which is hype. Ooh. So for those who don't know, the Toxic Avenger, this is a remake of probably the biggest film from Troma, and the original is insane. So if this is even half as insane as that movie, it's going to be something worth watching. And I really do love the Toxic Avenger. I think it's one of those just really well done B movies that is so grotesque and over the top. It has a lot to say too. It's kind of gives me the same, you know, like I think this and like Street Trash would be an excellent like double feature. But I love Toxic Avenger. It's awesome. I'm really excited to see this new one too because it's got a great cast. Elijah Wood is the bad guy, which is crazy. I would love to see Frodo play a bad guy. That's hype as fuck. And then Peter Dinklage plays the Toxic Avenger. What? Like this is gonna be such an interesting new take on the same idea. I can't wait for it. VKD. I'll be there day one for this one for sure. But I can't wait. It's coming from Cineverse is distributing it. So it's not going to be like an edited version. It's going to be exactly how Mason wants it to be, and that has me excited. So this one's going to be a banger. Definitely check it out when it comes out. This is not one to miss, in my opinion. This is going to be this is probably on my top 10 most anticipated for the rest of the year for sure, without a doubt. Dylan, thank you for the 5. Thank you for being a member. Thank you for your support, my friend. Appreciate you. And I love this from Jason saying, breaking news, alligator flashback scene in Scream 7. You know, that's what we need to do. Honestly, that's what we need to do, Jason. We need to connect Scream to the Alligator franchise. Stop going back to Scream 96. Psh, who cares about that movie? We need Alligator 1980. I'm kidding. I kid, of course, but that is really funny. I would love that. Thank you for the 2, man. Appreciate you. Love Alligator too. We need that reboot already. Come on now. Josh is saying, boo, rate movies. Don't be safe. Dude, honestly, it's not even me being safe. I'm just like, sometimes I just don't even want to rate a movie. I'm just like, I just think about like 2001 A Space Odyssey. Like that's a 10 out of 10, you know? But then I watch a movie and I don't see any flaws in it. And I'm kind of just like, well, that was also a 10 out of 10. But is that 2001 good? I don't know. You know, that's a crazy That's a crazy thing to say. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it entirely. But I just stopped rating movies because I'm like, there's some movies I really like, and here's why I like them, and then there's some movies where I'm just like, I'm not crazy about them, and here's why. I like just getting into the explanation of things. I think that's more fun. But I don't know. Maybe I'll just start rating movies. I'll start coming out the gate being like, this fucking sucks. 2 out of 10. Eat my butt, studio. I'm gonna start doing that. Start saying things like that. Just totally kill any cred that no, I'm kidding. Kidding, of course. But yeah, I don't know. I was pretty honest about Hard Eyes, and I can't believe that I still had the studio reached out to me, and they're going to use part of my review for something, which is crazy. So I thought that was really cool. Thought that was dope. I had some positive things to say about it, but I wasn't all in on it. So I thought that was dope. Respectable of them. Pretty cool stuff. But anyways, what else is happening here? What else? I'm trying to find a comment that we can riff on here a little bit. Honestly, at this point, bring back Casey Becker's boyfriend. Dear God. If he's still alive, man. Jeez. Have you seen Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Infection? What? No, I have not. I played Super Smash Bros. That's fun. It's always a good time. Why am I getting memberships if I pay for them? That's a great question. I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you. Shit's crazy out here. Skonkalonk is saying that idea with all the murderers' voices reminds me of Palpatine in Rise of Skywalker, if you know what I mean. I think just bringing everybody back from the dead with no explanation reminds me of Palpatine from Rise of Skywalker. I like the idea of, whoever this new Ghostface is would be using AI to like make the voices of the killers from the past to kind of psychologically torment Sydney. That could play into whatever this new killer's motive is. But, if you just resurrect dead characters and they're all just a big reveal at the end saying, I was never dead the entire time. You might have shot me in the face, but don't worry about it. Yeah, I don't know. That's Palpatine, baby. That's Palpatine episode 9 written all over it. So I don't know. Somehow Stu Macher returned. I wasn't booing you. I was calling you Boo. Okay, Boo. Okay, Pookie. Dude, Jess is gonna kick my ass if I keep talking like this. If we keep talking like this, Josh. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Jesus. 2001, I miss being 8. That's so funny. That's hilarious. Oh my God. What's going on? It will be a big letdown, says Fort Misery Gaming, if all the returning cast members are just their voice in the AI gimmick and not flashbacks or possibly Stu being alive. How is that a big I don't know how that's a big letdown. That's interesting to me. That makes this new Ghostface interesting, opposed to just bringing back good characters from the past. I don't know. I'm just so not down for Scream to just do what every other franchise is doing. That to me is just like you're defeating the point of making a new Scream film. Like that's why Scream should be an ongoing series, is to comment on what all these other film franchises are doing and be like, actually, we're gonna do it this way instead. That's Scream's energy, love it or hate it, man. So for Scream to kind of just fall into just literally taking the same playbook from all the other horror movies and doing exactly the same thing, it's just like it's a little hypocritical, little kind of goes against what Scream is known for. So I don't know, man. If we fall into that trap with this series, that's just going to be like really goofy and not so much in a good way, in my opinion. But again, just my take. I know some people are all about it. Everyone's like, bring back Stu, best part of the whole franchise, run it. Oh, Definix 19. If you got something, run it, bro. You sent in the super chat. It's all good. I hear you. Thanks for the 5. Appreciate you, man. You're saying, I was going to say that I like the idea you and Fate discussed about Stu being alive and trying to reform and Sid doubting him. Everyone else just seems played out and overused. Admittedly, if there's a Stu theory that I like the most, if there's one where I'm like, okay, if I have to like a Stu coming back theory, the one that honestly tickles my brain the most is the idea that maybe Stu is in prison doing like a Hannibal Lecter thing, where it's like they have to go to him to ask for advice. I've heard that before from someone. I'm not sure necessarily who. I wish I could give that credit to a certain person, but I've heard it before. I like it. I think it's fun. To me, that's a really interesting idea. if it made sense, of course. But Stu being in prison and like maybe like having conversations with Sydney and just being like maybe like a campier version of Hannibal Lecter, essentially. I could get into something like that. That's ridiculous, and a lot of fun. So that could be cool. Maybe Stu wiggles his way out of prison too, just like just like Dr. Lecter there. I don't know. I'm again, if we have to have a Stu theory now, if we have to have something, that's mine. I like that. I like that idea. He's helping Sydney solve the case of the new Ghostface murderer, so that's a lot of fun. But dude, thank you for the 5. I'm not against it. You know, I think it's, to me, that's at least a little more thought out than just Stu takes off the mask at the end, big ridiculous twist. That's something. There's an idea there. But dude, thank you for the 5, man. I really do appreciate you. What if Stu is reformed and was just brainwashed, and Billy had done the killing all along to begin with? Honestly, I do think that Stu did some of the kills in the original Scream, but I still think you're onto something there, Josh. I don't think he was necessarily the one to be like, yeah, let's do this. Billy kind of, peer pressured him into doing it. And although, we do see Stu being super goofy, I guess is my point, in the third act of the original Scream, I've always felt like he was kind of pushed to do it, and that's because of just his personality traits, right? He's kind of just he's a little bit of a pushover. He's a little misogynistic. He's a flawed character, and that to me is what got him in that situation to begin with. So it's interesting. I don't know. I'm not, even though I'm a little against, a little bit, even though I'm a little against Stu coming back, there could be more character development there if he hadn't died. I really do hear you on that. There's a right way to do that, though. I think that's my big thing. If you want to have Stu come back and he's just like he's an angry killer and he's just seeking revenge for what happened in the past, I don't know, I'm just not interested in that storyline. You're just ruining a beloved character. But if you were to do something along the lines of he survived and here's this arc he has to go through, like what you're talking about. He was brainwashed and now he's kind of realizing the error of his ways, and that's interesting. If we could tell that story somehow and make it make sense, I'd be into that. But the idea that he's just been secretly hiding in the background as this ridiculous Batman villain, I have no interest in that story. That's just not Scream to me. That's like 50s, 60s Batman, I don't know. We'll see. Well, maybe the Scream reboot, the inevitable Scream reboot, just like how Saw is rumored to be getting rebooted. Don't speak that into existence. But all these things, crazy rumors out there that might happen. Who knows? Maybe it can happen in the future. So I'm sure even after this, we won't see the last of Stu. Especially if this movie makes like $200 million, like I'm kind of predicting. Flash Gordon, what's up, Flash? Saying, hey, Jake, sorry if this has already been asked. Dude, run it. What do you think about Ethan Embry being added to the Scream 7 cast? Do you know much about him? Flash, you're all good. I'm hyped to talk about this one a little bit. We did talk about it earlier, but I'm going to throw this out there again because it's hype as fuck to me. So Ethan Embry, I had to do some research on the guy because I didn't recognize the name at first, but he's in this film that I love that came out the same year as the original Scream called That Thing You Do. Not a horror movie, but it's about a band in like the 1960s and they get a big hit on the radio. And I love it. It is one of my all-time favorite films. Ethan is one of the members of the band in that film. And it's cool. It's just really cool. It's really, really cool to see that. And I don't know, it's a great movie. It's got a great cast. Tom Hanks, Liv Tyler, Steve Zahn, Charlize Theron. I don't know, a lot of great people in this one. If you've never seen it before, couldn't recommend it more. Could not recommend it more. It's a great movie. Especially for someone like me. I love 60s music. I am a passionate fan of music from the 1960s. It's just such an interesting time. There's never been another time like it, in my opinion, for music. So that film kind of capturing that energy is really cool to me. So Flash, I'll tell you what, I'm really excited to see what he does in Scream. Would be fun to see him play a Ghostface. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. I've seen some recent pictures of the guy, and like I could totally see him playing a new style of serial killer. That could be a lot of fun. Would love to see that for sure. But I'll have a theory video out on it tomorrow a bit. I do want to talk about that rumor about Lynn McCree potentially joining the cast soon. So definitely a lot to talk about in the world of Scream for sure. Love or hate the updates. Erica, thank you for the 5. Erica, you're too kind. You're throwing in a super chat to talk a little bit about all this crazy shit. So I appreciate you. You're saying, remember to hit that like button if you haven't already, then hit subscribe and change the bell to all so you never miss a live video. Or else. Erica's got the little knife emoji in there too. I'd be worried. But yeah, Erica, thank you for the 5. You did not have to throw in a super chat to get that message out there. We really do appreciate you modding tonight. Thank you, thank you. And, you know, the other thing, too, that I'll shamelessly self-promote for 2 seconds here is we are nearing 30,000 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen. We're less than 600 subs away. I think we can do that this month. Would be really cool to hit that milestone here soon. So we've been growing really fast this year, and I'm really thankful for that. So please subscribe if you can, if you haven't already. It would mean a great deal to me. I would love to hit that milestone here soon. But Erica, thank you for the 5. I appreciate you a bunch. And just thank you for your support over the years. Just modding. Appreciate that a bunch. Let's get to some more members chats here saying, what if Stu arrived and a new Ghostface infiltrates the asylum/prison and kills him in the opening scene? Okay. I don't hate that. I honestly don't hate. I genuinely don't hate that. And if Scott Foley hadn't already been announced to be a part of the cast, I'd be in on that. I'd be kind of like, that's crazy. Because then you're not only proving the Stu theories, but you're also ending them in the same scene. I'm like, that's kind of crazy. I don't know. I could get into something like that just to be like, okay, let's move past it. Let's get to a new Ghostface reveal. I'm not even necessarily. I don't even necessarily hate that. That's crazy though. VKD. That's crazy. Some folks would love that. Some folks would hate it. Let me tell you. But drama sells. Drama sells tickets. Let me tell you. So there is that. Jason Carpenter's joining us too. What's up, Jason? How's it going? I love your name. Feels very Friday the 13th-y. Saying, Jake, did you see the first official poster for M3GAN 2.0? I think it will be a decent follow-up. Yeah, I wanted to do a video on that last night, but I said this earlier. I was down for the count. I saw Companion super early in the morning, and the weight of the week was on me Sunday, and I kind of had to just sit around all day. It was crazy week last week. It was busy. It was nuts. But I did see that little teaser late last night. It was fun, and I can't wait to get the full trailer, likely during the Super Bowl, probably. This upcoming weekend. Could totally see them advertising that one. That's Five Nights at Freddy's is obviously like the flagship franchise for Blumhouse right now, but dude, that first M3GAN made a lot of money. I mean, I think what was it, like 180 million? They're banking on M3GAN 2 to make some bank for him for sure. Josh Petrino saying, I also like the idea of Stu getting away because he has rich, important parents who put him on the lam, circling back to get vengeance after they've passed. I don't hate that. There's some commentary that comes with that too. But again, it's the question of, to me, it's the question of, will they actually do something thoughtful with the Stu revival? And that's where I have my doubts. The majority of Stu theories are just, he's back for revenge. He's back for revenge. He's going to be silly again. And none of that works for me. Just based on the other things this series has done, I like the idea of, he had rich parents, so he was able to get away with everything and he got cleared. But then why didn't we talk about it in all those sequels? Sydney would have brought that up at some point, or someone that would have gotten mentioned, I think. I really don't. Again, there's a lot of Stu theories, like I said earlier, that I don't hate. But unfortunately, there's just so many things you'd have to retcon in order to make that happen. That's why to me, it's like, if you want to do the Stu thing, you want to make that happen, retcon the sequels, make a new Halloween 2018 style film that just a direct continuation to the original. Maybe it's not a murder mystery at this point. It's just we're just focusing on legacy characters and still telling a good story. That's possible, but there's just there's some changes that need to be made in order to make all that make sense. So I don't hate this either, Josh. There's some thought there. You know what I mean? There's something to think about with that one. It's not just yeah, you get it. I say the same points over and over again. Sometimes I'm just like, okay, we get it. We get it. But I would love to see Scream 7 have a little thought with whatever the reveal ends up being. That's what I'm really hoping for. We need a Final Destination discussion. Man, Final Destination Bloodlines. It looks wild. I'm loving the way that they did the trailer. Again, check out my new video today if you have not seen it yet. I'm loving it because they only showcased like one big kill scene, and I'm like, that's the way you market a Final Destination movie, man. I loved that trailer. Again, I think I said it in the video today. I'm like, yeah, they kind of gave away one of the big kills, but I'm glad that they just did that opposed to showing us a little tease from every single big kill scene of the movie. Instead, I didn't walk away from that trailer feeling like, okay, I know exactly how this movie's gonna flow. No, there's still a lot of mystery in how that movie's going to stack up. That has me excited, Anthony. I'll tell you what. So no, Final Destination 6. This is gonna bang. I think I'm quite excited for it right now. But I'm really hoping that they don't overmarket it because again, I don't want to spoil Companion because this is still a pretty fresh movie. But that last trailer they put out for the film, I mean, it spoils most of the big moments of the movie. Which that film really relied on a lot of those big moments. And that's something that's so tough about marketing with movies is I don't think it's really fair to say that, Companion, it sucked because the marketing spoiled everything about it. No, the movie's awesome. I loved it. But it just sucks that the marketing would give away one of the biggest twists of the film and most of the big surprises in there. I will say, and again, I won't. It's still so fresh. I feel like it's just not fair to talk about it openly. There is another twist in there that's not in the trailers that I thought was really cool. And that did actually get me, but I just feel like that feeling I had seeing that very subtle twist, that could have been even better had I not known about the other thing. So I don't know. There's a lot to love in Companion, but it's modern marketing. We try to give away all the big moments so that you come to see it and then have a good time with it. But I don't know. It's just a shame. Let's hope that Final Destination Bloodlines, they market this movie correctly. They just showcase a little bit here and there. Honestly, if they do a second trailer, which of course they're going to, genuinely all I want from it is just show me more scenes from that scene we already got from the trailer, and maybe just a little bit of the expository stuff. Introduce this character of Stephanie, who seems to be a main focal point. Yeah, give me some stuff with her. Sure. Give me a little idea of how the plot's going to start. Nothing from the third act. Maybe almost nothing from all the other kill sequences, and that's it. That's all you need. I think the way that they're marketing the monkey is also pretty good too. By only showing like little bits and pieces of all the kills, but not actually getting into everything. Some of the newer marketing for the monkey has kind of spoiled some stuff, but I think for the most part, how they initially did it, that first trailer for the monkey was great. There's so many images that had us confused. Like, what the fuck? The baby carriage on fire. It's like, what's going on there? How did we get to that? Right? That's such a crazy, it's a scene that sticks in my brain still. I love it. It's interesting, but that's a big thing. That is definitely a big thing with movie marketing. They just kind of, they throw too much into the trailers these days, and I hope that Final Destination 6 we can keep this energy rolling throughout the rest of the marketing and just have some of the sequences be a big surprise when we get to the theater. But let's just hope. David Primero, I always stumble over that a little bit on every stream, but David, thank you for the 5. Thank you for your support. And I love that you're loving the Scream stuff right now. Scream 7 needs a scene of Ghostface running to the survivors with a knife, shot by the police multiple times, only to be revealed as a victim with tape over their mouths. Ooh, that's messed up. Maybe Ghostface ditches the robe and all that. Okay. I mean, I could get into something like that. They're like chasing them with their hands behind their backs, like woo, woo, screaming with a muffled mouth or something. Okay. I mean, that's messed up. It's upsetting. I always love mistakes like that in movies when something like that happens to our characters. There's a scene in Child's Play 3 that is so memorable to me where the characters are having a mock war, and Chucky, of course, loads actual bullets into the guns. That is so upsetting, and I don't know, man. So many people give So many people give Child's Play 3 this terrible reviews. People hate it. They're like, oh, it's the worst of the series. I disagree. Child's Play 3, crazy underrated. It's got some really fun, really thought out fun moments to it that I enjoy. But no, I love stuff like this personally when you have things like this in movies where the killer sets up something for the protagonists to do that they feel awful about. When someone who's a good character accidentally kills somebody. There's a scene in The Descent that's probably a little more popular than Child's Play 3 where one of our characters accidentally stabs another in the neck thinking it's one of those like cave dwellers, and that is so heartbreaking. It's like, oh no, oh, that's terrible. But I'd love scenes like this personally. If Ghostface does something like that in this new movie, that is vile, David. Now, one more little side tangent I want to go on regarding this is I feel like actually I was going to title my video this tomorrow, and I didn't want to give it away, but I don't care. It's a good title. But I was thinking about, I'm like, oh, what do I title this, this theory video? And then I had a thought. What if they do, what if, I think what I have it as is, what if Scream 7 features a ghost face, like an opening scene without a ghost face? That's like what I wanted to title it. And I think we're going to see Billy and Stu go after Maureen Prescott, but not in the Ghostface robes, and that's part of the theory. That's part of the theory of things we didn't quite know about Maureen's death that we could get into. About, like, there wasn't even a phone call. There wasn't there wasn't a phone call. There wasn't Ghostface robes. It was just a really vicious kind of sophomoric murder from these two characters who are doing this for the first time. There's something to be said about the characters of Billy and Stu there that could thematically connect to what's happening here in Scream 7. So I kind of gave away a little bit about what the video tomorrow is going to be about, but I think that could be interesting if we go down that line. But David, thank you for the 5, my friend. I really do appreciate your support of the page. Now, over on Kick, we got a few people hanging out with us. Tatted Ginger is making fun of me a little bit because her calzone is so delicious. Oh, God, I want calzones now so bad. That sounds so good. And Evelyn 112 is saying, hey, you are doing a great job. Thank you. Thank you for the positive feedback. I appreciate that. I needed that. I needed a little bit of that, Emma. Appreciate you for your support. Thanks for hanging out with us over on Kick. Thank you. Thank you. What else is going on here? I'm thinking I'll watch Saw X after the stream. Love that movie. Ty, I've been really feeling the Saw movies lately. I was just telling Madison, I'm like, I really want to go through all those again. I went through all 9 of them before Saw X, and that was the last time I watched them. Was going into Saw X in 2023. But man, I want to go through those movies again. They're so much fun every time. That's a franchise that I really think only has one bad movie. Like I could watch all of them. I could watch almost all of them all day. Some good stuff there, dude. Oh my God. What else is going on here? Oh, Emma's saying, actually, I do artwork for streamers and need some feedback, and your feedback would be much appreciated. Send the artwork my way. I'm on Instagram. I'm KillJoy Jake on Instagram. Send it my way. I'll check it out. I try to check out as much stuff from you fellas as possible. You guys send me some really cool shit, so definitely would want to check it out for sure. NRU Cody, thanks for being a member again, saying plot twist. Kenny is the mastermind behind all this, for Gale calling him a fat tub of lard in Scream. So he was plotting his revenge from beyond the grave. Dude, that would be wild. That would be the wildest twist. He's been alive this whole time. See, the big thing about Stu being alive is like he's an infamous serial killer at this point. If he was still alive running around, someone would know about it. It's just one of those situations. Scream's universe is just a little too close to reality to not have that be some sort of mishap in there. But someone like Kenny, no one cares about Kenny. Like Kenny could be hiding in the shadows. I like a theory like this better than Stu coming back because I don't think anyone's out there looking for Kenny. If he was still alive theoretically, no one would be like, wait a minute, aren't you the guy that did? No one cares about Kenny. Stu Macher, that they've been publicized at this point in the Scream universe. If he's hiding somewhere, dude, someone knows about it. So that's another one of those things. I don't know. But it is funny. It is funny to talk about. Roman puts the lotion on his skin or Stu gets the television again. I need a fucking t-shirt with that on it. That's so funny. Oh my God. Look, a picture of like Billy or something doing the tuck. There we go. Oh my God, that's great. Isn't it strange that Barbarian was marketed so well, but Companion flopped? It being the same people made both movies by giving away too much in the trailer. Fort Misery Gaming, that's a really interesting comparison because yes, it's essentially the same people. Zach Krager was just a producer, I believe, on Companion. But yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying though. It is weird because I think Barbarian did such a good job at hiding its big twist. But there are multiple twists to Barbarian. Barbarian has so many layers, figuratively and literally, you know what I mean? So to me, I think that was another thing that helped aid marketing that movie. But at the same time, I don't feel like they really showed us too much from that film in the trailers. Barbarian was one of those ones where I don't think they actually really used a whole lot from the third act, which really aided it, especially when you got to the theater to see it. There was just so many insane reveals as that movie goes along. Kind of reminds me of like Strange Darling. I feel like was a similar situation from last year where I'm like, there are so many ridiculous twists and turns in this. This is awesome. But Barbarian, that's one of my favorite horror movies of the 2020s so far. That blew my mind. I still want a physical release of this. I'm so mad they haven't put it out yet. Maybe Zach Krager, as he becomes more popular, has some more movies come out. Maybe they finally come back to that one and do something for it. Because man, you want to talk about like a horror that has a little bit of comedy in it that's really good, like Companion. Oh my God, Barbarian is it, dude. So good, so much fun. And if you haven't seen this movie, I believe it's on HBO Max. But who knows? Maybe they took it down. Maybe it's impossible to watch now because physical media is slowly not existing anymore. Dear God. Oh, sounds like I'm a doomsday prepper guy talking about the end of the world. Jordan James is saying, do you think that Stu Macher is a kid that's in Scream 7 and he's the killer now? I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, we invented Stu's sister for Scream 5, which is ridiculous, but Sure. Stu had a kid too. Billy and Stu, they were just boning chicks left and right in high school apparently. So, who knows? Who knows what's going on at this point? Villain Killing Dylan is saying, I think it would be cool if the Ghostface mask gets bloodier and bloodier as the film goes on. He usually gets a new mask or cleans it, but in this case, it's like the same Ghostface using the same mask. I really want to see a Scream film that has a killer across two movies. I think you could make the story of the killer even more interesting by doing something like that. Why does every Scream film have to get wrapped up all nice and neat in a bow, right? I mean, like, why can't we do something like this where it's like it's a Ghostface who keeps getting away with it? It's the perfect crime kind of situation. One of them has to be that good, right? Like, that's got to happen at some point. Maybe Scream 7 could be that movie. I mean, it sounds like they want to make more of these. It sounds like they're packing Scream 7 full of, legacy characters and getting attention on the film for a reason. Maybe it could be for that. I'm into it. I'm into something like that if that's going to be the case. But yeah, if they want to, focus on a Ghostface for multiple movies, that's the way to do it. That's a really fun little detail. Villain Killing Dylan. I'm all about it. What else is going on here? I want to be in the next Scream. Well, the cast list is growing, man. You might have a chance. Going to the bathroom cabinet to get my boner pills so I can try and satisfy my boyfriend, then Ghostface gets me. Be so cool. Hell yeah, Marcus. A little bit of an overshare. But regardless, rock on, dog. Jesus Christ. Cody is saying, I can vouch for this. Emily, he checked out my character I made of Jake in WWE a few months ago. Remember that, Jake? I did. I appreciate that. That was that was really funny. Oh my God. We've what's crazy? You made that in WWE. I can't remember who it was, but somebody sent me that they made like a Lego minifigure of me, and I'm like, what? That's so cool. What? Like, what do you mean? That's crazy. But I've gotten some really cool stuff over the years, man. I'm really thankful for it all. Some fun fan art and all that, which has been crazy. It's been sick, man. I still have the one thing on the set, which is cool, really cool. Someone painted a glow in the dark ghost face for me. And here, I'll move my mic so you can see it. I'm just gonna bring it up. I don't care. This is dope as shit. I'm grabbing it. I just knocked over like everything, but it's fine. This is one of the coolest things. This is from Flash Skywalker, if they're still out there, which is dope. But I will keep this on my set forever because I just think it's so cool. Ghostface saying, instead of friends, I have horror movies with all the colors. This glows in the dark. Believe it or not. It's got Hail Ratma on the back, which is sick, and don't forget to kill it out there, which is great. So this is one of my favorite things I've ever gotten in the mail, like ever, and it's something I hold near and dear to the heart. The same fella actually sent me Jason masks that are my channel colors, so like I can never change it from the Joker colors that I have, green and purple. But I love it. It's really cool. So Emma is asking me to check my Instagram. I'm gonna check it right now. Emma, thank you for sending anything my way. I appreciate that. Let me see. Maybe I just didn't get the notification. Hang on now. Let's give it a look. Give it a look-see. Anything from an Emma? Genuinely, I'm not seeing anything, but maybe I missed it. Maybe I missed it. Hang on now. Here we go. I got you, dog. Send it my way. Send it my way. We'll check it out. All right, let's see what else is up here. What else is going on? Best Scream character is Randy, says Johnny Naris. I mean, Randy's one of the most iconic characters in film. He kind of created the archetype of the horror nerd in horror movies, right? They hadn't really done a whole lot with that before in the past. Now we've seen other movies such as like Scare Package or Cabin in the Woods try their hand at it. I mean, Scare Package literally has a character who says, "I'm basically the Randy of this movie from Scream." Which is cool. If you guys have never seen that one's a ton of fun. But yeah, Cabin in the Woods, they got the stoner guy, basically the Randy, kind of knows everything that's going on. I think that's a really interesting element to those kinds of those kinds of characters. Is like they kind of know all the awful shit that's going to happen, yet it still happens to them, and sometimes they're still ill prepared, and that to me makes it even scarier. I think that's what I love about I love about horror movies like that. Especially Scream. Scream does it the best, but there's a lot of others that have tried something similar. Ghostface is saying, "Hey guys, did Hard Eyes already get talked about?" Yeah, but ask away. If you got any Hard Eyes questions, throw it out there. I will tell you what I can without any spoilers. What am I drinking? This is just like used car oil that I'm just sipping out in my Ghostface cup. Actually, the sad reality of it is it's cold black coffee. That wasn't a funny answer. That was just a sad answer. I've actually barely eaten today. I've had what did I have? I had an Italian sausage, which was leftovers, and for breakfast I had a little breakfast bar. I've just been going. My body is filled with coffee. What else do I need? Jesus. Did you ever hear the theory that Stu and Billy were messing around? Oh, what a silly theory. I mean, listen, Matthew confirmed that they were gay for each other, Doug. That's already that's confirmed by the actors themselves. And shit, I mean, I believe it. They got that little bloody cuddle going on. They kind of liked each other. Come on now. They liked each other. You can't tell me otherwise. Evelyn is saying, "Would you like me to make something cool for you?" Sure, Emma, run it. I'm always down for it. I love when people make me stuff. It's always so exciting. I always appreciate it. It's always super nice. Anyways, seeing a Scream movie where the Ghostface is as cunning as Danny Johnson from DBD would be a dream come true for the franchise. Dude, Danny Johnson is one of the coolest Ghostfaces ever. They should incorporate him into the movie somehow. I don't know. I think he's a great idea for a Ghostface villain. And I would love to see him. They'd have to rework the character a little bit, but to implement that kind of character into the Scream franchise is so interesting. For those who don't know, Danny Johnson is the character that they had to create for Dead by Daylight, who's under the Ghostface mask. And the idea there is that he's a Ghostface who like writes reports about his own killings. So he's a journalist and he's also a killer. And that to me is such an interesting invention from DBD. But if they were to do something with Danny Johnson for the movies, I would be over the moon. I mean, there's a reason we made that happen in Red Right Hand. I read about that and I'm like, that's so cool. Shit. So, but I don't know. Love it. Some great stuff there. I'm not going to touch on that. I know about Jamie Kennedy's YouTube channel. That's why I'm good on meeting the guy. I've met everybody else. I don't need Randy from Scream ruined for me. Cody's saying we need a Dead Meat KillJoy Jake collab. I would do anything to be on the Dead Meat podcast. Anything, dog. Would love that. That would mean the world to me for sure. But I love Dead Meat. There would be no KillJoy Jake without Dead Meat. I love their channel so much. Emma, you want to make a cool logo and banner which you can use all over your socials? What are your thoughts? Shit, I mean, run it my way. I could use a new banner for YouTube. I'll tell you that much. I've had the same one where I'm threatening to bite off people's fingers for the longest time. It's been the same thing. It's worked apparently though. I think people were afraid of getting their fingers bitten off, so it worked. but let me tell you, I could use a new one. It's been ages since I changed that. I like my logo on YouTube though. I've always thought it was really cool. So, Zani, thanks for the $2. Appreciate you. Saying Scream 8 should be set in hell at the same time as Terrifier 4. That would be crazy. that would be crazy. That would be nuts. Since the idea with Scream 7 is just to throw shit at the wall and see what sticks, I mean, maybe that seems to be the vibe that I'm getting from these updates. So I don't know what to tell you. But Zani, thank you for the $2, my friend. We'll see. We'll see what happens next. What does Scream 7 do to the franchise? I mean, that is definitely a question that's bouncing around my brain right now. I just don't know. I worry that if they do bring back all these Ghostface killers from the past, we're gonna have a movie that killing the franchise is not the way I should have worded it on a previous stream. Let me rephrase it like this. If they have a movie where they just bring back all the old Ghostfaces and have them come back, that's what everyone's going to expect from a new Scream film moving forward. Unless someone decides to, just rebrand the franchise and go back to the murder mystery slasher that it was. So to me, it's like the only time that something like that's going to happen and be effective is if it's the last film ever in Scream. But I don't know. I don't know if that's actually, I don't know if that's going to work, if that's going to be the case or whatnot. But if they reveal Stu's the killer the whole time, that's it. I mean, that's the franchise. They have no more new ideas for Ghostface killers is what that tells me. So why watch anymore? I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it, man. I want a new Ghostface. I want a new Ghostface with a new MO, a new motive, something else they got going. Because that's the most exciting part about a Scream movie for me personally, if nothing else. Scream 6 had a lot of other things going on, so I was a little disappointed by the reveal and motive. But at the end of the day, I still had a good time with it, just because it's like, hey, we're doing we're doing other things with Scream, and that has me excited for 3/4 of this thing until we get to the end. But I digress. Nerdy Mastermind is saying, first trailer for the Fantastic Four is tomorrow morning. Jurassic World Rebirth on Wednesday. Big week for trailers. I know. I'm almost like I don't even know if I should make a Scream video tomorrow. Like, I feel like the movie YouTube is going to be completely focused on Fantastic Four. So I'm kind of thinking about making a video on that just to say fuck it and see what happens. But we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. But again, I'm so thankful for everyone watching my trailer videos lately. They're doing better than my Scream updates, which is, I've never said that before. Usually the Scream updates, that's been like the flagship thing that keeps the channel going. And now, honestly, it's my videos I've been doing on just like random trailers. My Until Dawn video is almost at 10,000 views, and my Final Destination Bloodlines trailer video is like a 1 out of 10. It's doing excellent. So I'm really thankful for that. If you guys have watched those, I greatly appreciate you a bunch, because I have been toying with the idea of talking about more things than just horror, and I wouldn't be against it. There are other things I'm excited for outside of horror. It would still be like, let's be real, it'd still be like horror adjacent stuff. Like, there's just a lot of sci-fi shit I would love to talk about. Whatever the next Planet of the Apes movie is, I'm like very excited for. Like, there's literally 2 Planet of the Apes movies I don't like. The rest of them are absolute bangers. And Jurassic World, man, I would love to talk about this movie too, because I'm really excited for it. It's got a great cast, great lineup of creatives here across the board. So I'm highly anticipating both of these trailers. I might talk about them the next couple of days, but we'll see. I'm kind of feeling like an overachiever today, though, and I might knock out my Scream video tonight after this stream. But anything can happen. You never know what's going to go up on this page, I guess, moving forward. And things are always going nuts. Things that you never know what's going to hit on YouTube, especially as the site continues to change. So I'm kind of I want to experiment a little bit this month. We'll see. Perry's saying, I totally agree. Get some fresh new killers. Something good, something good, right? Joe Bamba is saying, no way Williamson would direct something where these killers come back to life. It's commentary on AI. Williamson likes to do commentary on current events. Sick was a good example. Joe, I hope you're right. Joe, I want that to be true so badly. I really do. Here's my other thing, though. I wouldn't hate the idea of doing the Maureen Prescott murder at the beginning of the film. Speaking of some other things Kevin Williamson has done in the last couple of years, is he's also commented on that in particular, because his original vision was a certain way with how that was all supposed to happen, the Maureen Prescott murder. But of course Scream 3 kind of meddled with that a little bit, but he has an idea of how it would have been, and it would have been a little different, which is why I kind of want to talk about that in a video tomorrow. But I definitely want to I want to talk about that, because I think it's definitely in the conversation. The AI thing is definitely a possibility too as of right now, though. So Joe, I hear you. I definitely hear you on that, and I would not be against the killers using the voices of previous ghost faces. It vilifies AI, because fuck that shit. And I'm all about it. I'm all about something along those lines. So either of those options could be interesting if executed correctly. So I'm down for it. Jake, are you excited for the Super Bowl? I know I am, only for the ads and trailers. Agreed. I could care less about the two teams that went to the Super Bowl this year. Good for Philadelphia, cool, but I don't like the Chiefs. My least favorite team in football right now. Do you have an opinion on the Terrifier controversy? I posted about it today, and again, my thoughts are that it's good that we have horror franchises that are kind of an escape from everything. I think that's very necessary. And again, I just don't think I think I kind of look at my YouTube channel the same way. I'm going to post about stuff on my other platforms. I get it. I get why Damien made that announcement, and I get why David posts what he does on his platform too. So I see it from both sides, even though I understand the controversy. I understand why people are upset. So it's one of those things. It's one of those things that it just doesn't have. It's a gray area. It doesn't necessarily have a right or wrong answer to it. I get why it's a controversy, but I love Damien and I love David so much. They're both great fellas. And it's been a pleasure to have met both of them in real life. Both incredibly nice guys. So I have nothing to say but good things about those fellas. DeChico here. What's up, David? How's it going, man? Thanks for the 10. First time I laid my eyes on a horror movie was a Scream at the exact moment Steve's guts fell out. DeChico. I'm sorry. I'm doing that in my mind right now, so I don't forget it. So, David, I'm doing that so I don't. If I just keep repeating it, I won't fuck it up next time. What's up, David? Thank you for the 10 again. Okay, so. Back to this, staying focused. First time I laid my eyes on a horror movie was Scream at the exact moment Steve's guts fell out. Love it. It intrigued me. I love Chad, but if he dies, does he get beheaded? These are some great things. Yeah, great things to talk about all together. I think if Chad does die, it's got to be a beheading at this point. That's just excellent. Set him up, knock him down. Right? That's just, it's too great to not do something like that. Mason Gooding has just talked about how he really wants to die in a horror movie too, and all I'm doing is repeating an article here. I'm not spoiling anything, but he says they just keep keeping me alive in these horror films. I want to die. I want to get killed in one of these movies. So I don't know. Maybe Scream 7 can be that film. Maybe Hard Eyes too. Who knows? I don't know. It's not like I've seen it or something. I couldn't tell you. But I would love to see that. I would actually love to see if something does happen to Chad. And I don't think it's actually going to happen, but if they had him be the opening kill, that to me just, what that says to me is this Ghostface is someone who can kill the unkillable. You know what I mean? That they can actually get something done that's going to be brutal. And I don't know. I'm into that. I'm into something like that, because that would just be crazy. That'd be a crazy statement for this franchise to make after a lot of the controversy it's been under. So I love that. I think that's fun. And I love that Steve's guts falling out is what kind of got you into horror. That's really exciting. That opening sequence of Scream is probably one of the scariest parts of this entire franchise. At least one of the most well written, for sure. But I love the original Scream. It's so much fun. I think it's one of the best horror movies ever made. It's great. It's the best way to get into horror, I think, is watching that film first. That's going to give you the baseline for a lot of other stuff out there. So it's a ton of fun. It's a great movie. Great way to get into the franchise, or just the genre in general. But David, thank you for the 10. Let's see what happens to Chad in this new movie. Is he safe again? Will he survive a beheading? Maybe. He survived like 27 stabs to the chest. It could happen. It could happen. It's unfortunate to see Damien calling it a conclusion, Terrifier 4, Nico means here. He had previously said he was willing to take it as long as it could possibly last, but maybe he wants to end on a high note. I think he does. 100%. The fella wants to, he doesn't want this to get old. He doesn't want Art the Clown to get old. That would suck. And I think he just wants to, he wants to call it. You know what I mean? He wants to just make this thing happen, finish up the story, and that's it. He doesn't want to drag it out for too long. And I respect that. I really do respect that a lot. I think overall, I think that's probably going to be for the best. I selfishly want 2 more movies. You guys have heard me talk about it before. I would love a Terrifier 4 and a 5, but realistically, what's going to be the best thing for this franchise? Maybe just wrapping it up with 1 more movie. Say what you will about the Terrifier franchise. There are so many people who hate those movies, but they have just made excellent decision after excellent decision. There's hardly a thing that I've been opposed to in the decision making specifically when it came to those movies. They have gone in so many just great directions for a slasher franchise, have made so many interesting decisions that really top what came before. And I really think 20 years down the line, we're going to look at movies like we're going to look at the success specifically of Terrifiers 2 and 3 and say, wow, that was a revolutionary time for horror cinema. Like, I actually think we could go so far as to say that those movies are going to be in the conversation when it comes to super influential slasher films, right up there with Texas Chainsaw, Scream, Halloween, all those big movies, which I know it's crazy to say, man, but it's beyond the fact that Art the Clown is just instantly iconic. That's of course a big factor in it. I mean, Art the Clown, you can't go on TikTok, Instagram, anywhere without seeing a little Art the Clown meme, even outside the horror spaces. But it goes beyond that. It's just the idea of how they've told this really big and epic, triumphant story across multiple movies in a slasher franchise and done it really well. I don't feel like it's ever like too campy for me to really take it seriously. It has really funny moments, but it's still it elicits so many different emotions that it's just such it's such an interesting franchise. I have laughed out loud at these movies. I've been like almost on the brink of tears at the end of Terrifier 3 because it's like, oh my God, this poor person's life is in ruins. This is terrible. But I don't know, man. It is one of those franchises that I feel like I'm just going to keep coming back to for years to come. I love the Terrifier movies so much, man. I'm dying for Terrifier 4. It is easily my most anticipated upcoming film, without a doubt. Without a doubt in my mind. I cannot wait to see what it does next. The Crystal Lake Slasher Edits, what's up, fella? Saying, hey, Jake, which do you prefer? The Final Destination Bloodlines trailer or the 28 Years Later trailer? Now, admittedly, the Bloodlines trailer was really strong, and I did really like it. But the 28 Years Later trailer, like, emotionally affected me. The reading of Boots over it and all the cryptic shots, it scared the fuck out of me. I mean, listen, if a trailer is scarier than some of the movies I was able to see recently, that's saying something. So I personally, that 28 Years Later trailer is still my favorite trailer I've ever covered on this page, without a doubt. But the Bloodlines trailer is still really exceptional. I even said in my video today, it does something really unique. It really only showcases one big scene from the movie, opposed to a lot of little snippets of everything. Kind of, not all the times, but movies tend to do that sometimes. And then they'll just spoil everything about a film, and that's no fun. That's not good at all. We don't like that. So I did really like the Bloodlines trailer, but man, 28 Years Later, that's the best. David saying, will he survive a beheading? David, he might. He might grow. The paramedics might just sew the head back on, and he'll just be like, ugh, as his like head falls to the ground like that. He's still got the thumb up in the air. That would be so funny. Nah, I'm just messing with you though. But yeah. What else is going on? I'm opposed to the decision of suppressing the fact that they were VFX in those movies. Wait, which movies? Final Destination? There's a ton of VFX in those movies, if that's what we're talking about. Which movies? I was talking about way too much shit. Josh is saying studios won't take chances. T3 was a huge fight every step of the way, despite what they proved with the first two. Part 4 won't be any different. They never learn. This is true, unfortunately. Yeah, I imagine that. I imagine that's probably going to be the case. You would think after Terrifier 2 was such a success that Terrifier 3 wouldn't have been that difficult to just make an unedited vision, right? But some of the stuff I've heard from Josh is crazy. I'm glad that Terrifier 3 came out the way that it did, though. I really do enjoy it a lot. I wish it had been longer, though. That's my one thing, and that's not. I don't know. That there's a lot to be said about that. There's a lot to be said about that. You were talking about Terrifier, yeah. Josh. So Josh always. I have to remind people about this because Terrifier. A lot of the times, folks like to say that this franchise is all practical effects, but that's just not the case here. And that's why I appreciate Josh so much, because he did a lot of the VFX for Terrifiers 2 and Terrifier 3, and he made those films look as nasty and disgusting as they're supposed to be. And Josh, please, bitch, because you deserve more credit for what you do, my friend. Yeah, it is not just practical effects in the Terrifier films. There's a lot of VFX cleanup there. I was giving therapy to Josh through all of this, and I was letting him rant to me, and I'm like, please, that's what I'm here for, buddy. Let me hear it, dude. So no, we we got you through it, dog, and you pumped out a fucking amazing product. That is some of the nastiest shit I've ever seen on screen, especially in a theater. Nothing comes close, let me tell you. But Dr. Jake, you can always sit down with Dr. Jake. I will always be there to listen and ask you the same question over and over again. But how does that make you feel? How does Damien make you feel when he gives you 1,000 shots to render it all at the same time? I'm just kidding. No, I'm just messing around. But yeah, no, I'm very thankful for Josh for making the last two Terrifier films look as fucking badass as they did. So everyone make sure you say you love Josh in the chat right now, or I'm going to be upset. All 69 of you. I can't believe there's 69 people out here. That's crazy. Hang on. Over on Kick, Tatted Ginger is saying you need to binge watch The Handmaid's Tale. This is something that I want to throw out there real quick. I watched episode 1 of The Handmaid's Tale. Excellent show, by the way. I'm already like enamored with it, but it's like it's a lot, dude. It is a super heavy, way too close to reality sci-fi TV series here. And honest to God, it takes a lot to scare me, but there's a couple of things out there that just fuck me up. When horror is too close to reality, it's like actually almost too much for me to watch sometimes. I can watch, that's my thing. I can watch Art the Clown rip people to pieces all day long. I can do that. That doesn't even bug me remotely. It's funny to me. It cracks me up. I love it. But watching something like The Invisible Man with Elizabeth Moss or The Handmaid's Tale, that shit scares me. It's just like, that's something that people could think that's the right thing to do, and that's fucked up. That is so unbelievably messed up. Oh my God. Messed up. Josh is saying, Jake, you need to watch Gilmore Girls. Excellent writing. Jesus. I've actually, Josh, that's so funny because Madison and I talked about that this weekend. I'd never seen Gilmore Girls, and she's like, you got to see that. It's awesome. But that's really funny. That cracks me up. But yeah, I love that everyone's giving you a little shout out there, Josh. Good job, Josh. Great stuff. See, look at that. Look at the love. There we go. It's excellent stuff. Jet is saying this is why I love horror that is dumb. Hey, dumb horror is a ton of fun, man. SpongeBob versus Art the Clown. I mean, I think these two would get along because I don't think SpongeBob really feels pain as a sponge. So Art the Clown could just stab him like 1,000 times and just nothing. I think he'd have a field day with SpongeBob. I'm gonna be honest. SpongeBob would be like, that tickles, and then Art the Clown's just messing him up. That's fun. That's funny. I think we'll see another Versus movie outside the Alien Predator franchise, says Kai. That's a great question. We actually might get an Alien versus Predator movie on the horizon here. If we consider the comments from Fede Alvarez recently, talking about how him and Dan Trachtenberg might work together on one of those, which I would love. But if we get another one, it would have to be between two big icons, Like just talking about some of the Versus movies we've gotten in the past, Freddy versus Jason, Alien versus Predator. There's a Versus movie between the antagonists from the original versions of The Grudge and The Ring. It's like Sadako versus, what's her name? I can't remember. I'm gonna just butcher that. But those two characters have Versus movies. So typically, how do these things come to be? It's because you have two giants that are in a somewhat relatively similar space that could exist in the same universe together. So to me, it's very situational. It's kind of one of those things where the planets have to align for that to work. And Mike 42 is actually hitting on one that you stole my thunder, but that's okay. So Child's Play might be coming back, which is exciting. A new Chucky movie is supposedly in development. M3GAN is ultra popular right now. She's got a sequel coming out this year and a spinoff at the top of next year. And then we also might be getting some sort of Chuck. Mike, you're all good. I'm just fucking with you. We might be getting a new Chucky movie sometime next year as well. So Chucky versus M3GAN. I mean, I'm down for it all day, every day, because especially if it's original Chucky versus M3GAN, that makes the stakes really interesting. See, if it was the remake Chucky versus M3GAN, that's basically just the same killer dolls going after each other. There's no fun there. But what I love so much about Freddy versus Jason especially is these are two killers that got popular around the same time that are very different and have very different powers. So if you have Chucky, who, this is a character that's born of voodoo and a serial killer entering a doll's body, versus M3GAN, who is an AI doll that has gone rogue and gone evil, that's an interesting matchup to me, because that's like the best of both worlds from the killer doll arena going at it together in one big ridiculous movie. I'm all about that. I could totally get into something like that. It has the same energy as Freddy versus Jason, but in its own unique and also ridiculously fun way. So Mike, yes, I'm all about that for the next big versus movie that isn't something else from the past. Alien versus Predator, for instance, right? So, right. Josh is also talking about this. I got to hear about this a couple of months ago, which was exciting. I'm working on a slasher right now. If you like the kills in Terrifier, this is for you. They're a bit slower, but brutal. Great context. Josh, I'm so excited for whatever this ends up being, dog. We definitely got to talk more about it. I love, your guy. Everyone in your guys' circle has made some really interesting movies. I fucking loved Stream. I really enjoyed that movie. I'm still waiting for my Blu-ray of it, but I really enjoyed that one. I love the Terrifier movies. I can't wait to see whatever the fuck Screamboat is about to be, and I bet this is also going to be fucking awesome, man. So I can't wait to see you flesh this thing out and see what it ends up being, dog. Gonna be a ton of fun. Chucky versus Plates from Skinned Deep. Oh God. Just pull some like random ass other killer dolls out and just have them in this movie. Let's get all like the Puppet Master fellas to be in this one too. That would be crazy. Let's be real. There will be more Terrifiers. There will just be like a 5-ish year wait, and it'll be different directors, writers, etc. PR 101 is to say it's over because it's easy to hype when you bring back. Yeah, I think that Joe, I'll be honest with you. I don't think it's the end of Terrifier. I think we'll probably get a reboot at some point. Terrifier is just it's too iconic at this point to just die with one more movie. I do agree with that, but I think that Damien's tale, the original run of this is probably over after 4. But I respect that, because I think the other thing that's been built up across the years with the Terrifier films is the name, the names in general: Damien Leone, David Howard Thornton, Lauren Lavera. And that to me, I think is going to resonate with whatever their next project's going to be. Like I'm sure Damien's going to move into something else. And it's also going to get a lot of attention from the writer director of the Terrifier franchise after Terrifier 4 is yet again another success, I'm sure. Oh yeah, it's totally going to be something successful moving forward past that. But I do agree, Joe. They'll reboot it someday. I mean, of course they will. Someone else is going to probably play Art the Clown, and that's going to be a controversy, I'm sure, when we get to talking about that. But I think it's going to be a little more than 5 years, though. That's my one thing. I think it's going to be some time before we bring back like we do something along those lines where like Terrifier comes back. I think we're going to get another movie, probably 2026, 2027 would be my guess, somewhere around that area. And then Damien's probably going to move on and do something else. But that's my thoughts as of right now. But again, things can change. I mean, I remember when Scream 7 first got announced, my theories were very different than how they are today. So, I mean, anything can happen, but where I'm sitting right now, that's kind of what I'm thinking about. But I guess the point is, you never know what's going to happen, and that's kind of what's the most exciting part of this job. We can predict as much as we want, but a monkey wrench gets thrown into something and you're skewed down an entirely different path. Jason is saying, Jake, did you ever see Companion? This is a great note to end the stream on, I think. Yes, I did see Companion, and I really wanted to get a video out for it today, but that Final Destination trailer, I had to talk about that. Like, dude, that's crazy big news. For those who don't know, I've been covering a lot of movies in my time. But Final Destination Bloodlines is the last movie that I have been covering since the start of this page. I have been covering updates for that one since I started this channel, and it's crazy that it's coming out this year. It kind of feels like the end of an era in a weird sort of way. So I'm really excited to get into that one, and it's weirdly emotional. It's weirdly emotional for me. I'm moving past my I don't know. And it's just, it's a weird thing for me, but I had to talk about that. Companion though, I loved it, Jason. I had a really good time with it overall. It's definitely one of the better horror movies of the year so far. It's laugh out loud hilarious. It's got some great twists in it. And Sophie Thatcher and also Jack Quaid are fantastic in this film. I love seeing Jack Quaid as a villain, man. He's always great. I loved him as Richie in Scream 5, and he kind of brings that same energy here to Companion. It was kind of like watching, it was almost like watching a side quest with Richie, something before he died in that movie or something. I don't know. It was something that was just bouncing around my brain. It was cool though. He was a really good performance here, and Jack Quaid's really proving that he can kind of slip into any role, and that's really cool to me. So I love him. I can't wait to see him in Novocaine later on this year too. So it's gonna be fun. And Josh is also saying, let's talk about Mike Levy playing Freddy in a new short premiering tonight. The Seashelves guys made it. I just saw Mike post about this. I gotta do a video on that too, dude. There's too much shit to talk about. There's too much shit to talk about. So, Josh, this is something I actually wanted to ask you about. Is this Mike saying that he wants to play Freddy Krueger? Because that's really exciting to me. That would be that's a conversation. It's on Instagram as a reel, is what you're saying. Okay, rock on. Yeah, I think he posted like a picture of him with the glove or something too, if I'm not mistaken. But I saw that and I'm like, ooh, what's going on there? But I did not know that Mike was interested in playing that character. That's really interesting to me. I'm all into it. I'm totally down for that. So I got to see what this is all about. See what he does with the character. It's exciting. What's going on, Scott? Scott's saying, Jake, can you take a break today? Hi to the people who are here. I know you want to rant, but take the time to say hi to the members here who are supporting you. Hello, Scott. How are you? I've said hi to every member I've seen so far. That I might, if I missed some, I apologize, Scott. But I'm pretty sure I said hi to all the members. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. I always try to do that. A big thing I like doing with these streams is when I first started live streaming, I was like, what's a way that I can improve? What's a way that I can do live streams different than other people? And some folks just like to get on here and talk, and I always try to make the point of bringing up chats from the audience and trying to talk about those. Because I remember I'm not going to say who, but I went into someone's stream when I was kind of first getting into this and figuring it out and trying to chat with the person, and they didn't even pick up on my my things. I was in there for like 45 minutes and I'm sending him stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm here because I want to talk horror with this guy, and he's just not getting to my chat. So I try my absolute best to get at least one chat from everybody, but sometimes I just miss some. I mean, we had 100 people in here tonight. Did I get to everybody? Probably not. I always try my best though to do so. So if I do miss you, I really do apologize. My goal is to try to get to literally everyone as possible. Mike is saying I'm okay with them showing just one scene in the Final Destination trailer as opposed to bits of it, like 4 different scenes or any major plot lines. I like that too, because it's like because it shows you, it gives you the vibe of what the film's going to be from just one scene. Like that's really all you need, right? That's what was great about that trailer. I don't know what else I don't know what the other kills look like yet. Had they done a trailer in the typical way that most modern movies promote themselves, I might already be able to speculate on how most of the characters are going to die. But I'm glad that I confidently can say I can't figure all that out right now, which is exciting. Blue Jay Spectre saying, "Sup, dude? How's it going?" Josh, I'm going to check out that reel on Instagram in just a second. I'm probably going to log off in like in 2 seconds here, but want to say want to get to a few more things. Shot by shot, I'm going to check out that email right after this, as soon as we're done. Primetime Chris is saying, I'm definitely an unwelcome outsider here. Commented and asked questions to learn for 2 or 3 streams and be ignored constantly. Not for me, I guess. Have a good stream. Well, hello, Chris. I'm so sorry if I missed your things there. How are you doing? let me know. Let me know what other things you got going. I'll stay on for another minute if you got a question, for sure. But again, sorry if I missed you. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best here. I try to do things a little better than better than other people, but sometimes I just miss out, which is a shame. We should do another watch along. The reel is like 30 seconds long. You could probably watch it on stream if you wanted. When's is it going live? Like soon? Josh, hang on. Let me find this. Because if this is going live soon, I mean, maybe I might be able to figure it out. Wait, okay, so is this out already? Seashelves Productions. Hang on now. Okay, yeah, no, this is okay, sick. No, this is a full thing already. It's already out. Josh is saying, I just watched it, way shorter than I thought I would have been given the hype. Okay, so this is, it's just like a minute long reel then of Freddy Krueger. Okay, of Michael playing Freddy. That's sick. Yeah, I don't know if I can get that on here. I don't know if I can get that on. Can I get? I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can do that with Instagram Reels. If I can put that on here, but I'm gonna, Josh, I'm gonna watch this and I'm gonna message you right after this stream. Okay, rock on, dude. But yeah, I got to see this. I got to see what Michael Levy does with Freddy Krueger. That's so exciting. Because we need a new Freddy movie, man. That and Jason. We need more of those for sure, without a doubt. Okay, fellas, I'm your boy's tired. Yeah, your boy's exhausted. So I'm probably gonna hop off. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. Really do appreciate that. But yeah, we will talk soon. Tomorrow night I'm going live as well. So stop on by. We're gonna talk about some other movies tomorrow. I want to focus a little more on Terrifier, Final Destination, and The Monkey tomorrow night. Well, I'm sure we'll get into some Scream 7 stuff too. But like I said, you know, this is a horror page at the end of the day. But yeah, let's make it happen. And Josh, I'm gonna text you right after this about some stuff. So let's catch up, man. Be a good time. All right, fellas. We'll talk tomorrow night. Stop on by Wednesday for a members only stream, and we'll be live talking specifically about Scream Friday night. So thank you guys for joining with me. Thanks for the support tonight. And as always, fellas, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Peace out.